Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we're checking out this 1989 Chevrolet Blazer K5. This is a mod by ICEBERG, and I actually saw some teasers of it in the Rangers Discord. Discord invite link is going to be in the description below, guys. And so is the mod.io link to download and check out this mod. Now, this was teased a little bit, and I was pretty excited for it. So we're going to put it through the torture test today. We have some custom DG tires on here, which I'm excited to see put to the test. It's a new tire. I haven't seen it on any other mods yet, personally, so I don't know how relatively new they are. But it's just exciting, guys. We have a new model, and we also have custom tires. ICEBERG did an amazing job with this mod. So, you know what to do, guys. Make sure you drop a like on the video, hit that thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to jump into it. Yo! Let's customize this 1989 Chevrolet Blazer K5. Super excited for this one, actually. So we got three engine options: 2.0 liter, 2.8 liter, and 4.3 liter. So we're going to go with the 4.3 liter V6. We have three transmissions. We're going to go with the off-road transmission. We have three suspensions: K5 stock, K5 raised flexi with manual control, or K5 raised with manual control. So it seems like the flexible one would be a little bit better for, like, well, it even says in the description trailing maps, so we'll go ahead and take that. Tires, we have some really nice, I believe some of these are custom tire models. We have the DG custom mud. That's actually a really nice tire model. But we're going to go up to the 33-inch DG custom mud. Now, it's a little bit cheaper than the other tires, but we also have the DG custom studded set. That's actually really interesting to see. This is a different studded tire, and it actually looks really good. But for this test, we're going to use a DG custom mud tire. Winch, we're going to go ahead and throw on the Advanced Scout, diff lock, engageable, snorkel, tall front facing, frame add-ons, large roof rack, long antenna, stock bumper, heavy duty rims. We got some different paint jobs here. This one's kind of cool, and it's cool to see some custom paint jobs like what you see here. That is actually really cool. In honor of the mod developer, we're actually going to go ahead and use this one with their logo on it. And that's it. We're going to pull it out, guys. So first off, I want to say the sound is pretty realistic. And the interior, although basic, we have working gauges. The mirrors work. They're clean, clear. This is a pretty realistic interior. I had a family member, I believe, that had a Blazer. It could have actually been my mom. And this kind of brings back some memories when I was a kid. I don't know if it was the same year, but it wasn't far off, I do know that. And the sound on this is pretty nice. Now, there is studded tire options if you're going to use this in Alaska that I 10 out of 10 recommend. I chose the mud tires because, well, we're going in the mud. But, as you can see here, the ice and slippery traction is not quite there yet. And that's to be expected given the circumstances. These are mud tires after all. We do have the all-wheel drive on. We can turn that off. That might provide a little less kick or pull, or the combination of both. We do have the roof rack on, which brings some fuel, some repair parts, nice little add-on, and we have the snorkel. Now, we're in for a treat with this suspension because this suspension is fully custom. I did choose the flexi suspension, which, you know, won't hurt. I don't know how we got damage on the fender already. That is interesting. Maybe it came that way. I don't remember hitting anything. You know what? It's all good. But I'm most excited to see these tires in action, probably. Now, this suspension, I believe, is a little different than the race suspensions or active suspensions that we get on other vehicles. And we're going to have to pop it in here now and test it out. Let's change the suspension mode. There we go. So, it lifted it a little bit, and we have the flexi suspension. I'm going to put it in low for testing right now. I have a feeling we're going to bottom out. We do have the heavy bumper, so with the flex suspension, I thought having the heavy bumper would be better than not having it, because I don't end up in a position where we're wheeling, popping wheelies every time we hit the throttle. In low, this is actually doing, you know, pretty realistic to what an actual Blazer would do, in my opinion. I wonder if we shouldn't actually take off that heavy bumper. That might be causing us a little bit of grief here in the test, but we'll put on the diff lock and see. For some reason I thought I had that on, I guess I didn't. This is realistic though. I think you would crawl realistically at this pace. It does seem the heavy bumper is putting us down quite a bit. How much, I don't know. So let's actually recover and let's take that off. And because we're taking this off, let's actually go ahead and put the raised suspension on. That way there we kind of have a little bit, it's not as flexy, so we don't really have to worry about not having the heavy bumper. It would be cool to see the heavy bumper in a non-heavy variant though, because I like the look of that bumper, but a heavy variant isn't always a good thing. And yeah, I think we did hit something at some point, because there's no damage on that fender this time. But let's see if it makes a difference not having the heavy bumper on. And whoa, I gotta hit something every time. All right, here we go. I'm gonna make it out this time, no problem. I'm not gonna hit anything. Maybe we should have gone with the studded tires. I don't know what it is, but when I'm not driving with studded tires in Northport, I always slip and slide. And for those of you that are going to ask, is this mod coming to console or is it on console? At the time being, I don't believe it's on console. And for it to come to console, it's not actually up to the mod developer. ICEBERG has no say in this. He makes a mod, and it's made for all platforms, and then SnowRunner will test it through whatever criteria they have on console, and then they will decide if that mod is going to go to console. Someone did say that there were some mods that weren't actually getting tested and were just going straight to console. I'm not sure if that meant that they met certain criteria or not, but it's a very confusing subject for both the mod developers and, you know, console players and PC players to figure out if it's all going to be on every platform. But I do know that I'm sure ICEBERG built this with the intention of, hey, it would be awesome if it went to console, as every mod developer, I would imagine, does. For testing purposes, we're actually going to throw this through the other side of the mud pit, because it's not as deep. When you go into that side, it is a little deeper, and this being the small Scout that it is, I'm not sure it can handle that. And ICEBERG, I don't know if you're watching this, my friend, but what I would say is it would be cool to see this Blazer with just a little more lift and possibly a little bit bigger tires. But that's something I personally would like to see, and I know you've got your own vision for what this mod is gonna be when, you know, it's finalized and you're done updating it. I think some of that will come with trial and error, but okay, so now that we're getting the back end caught up, so to speak, and the nose isn't just diving, it seems like we're still getting some traction, which is good. And now we're hitting the kind of sloppy wet mud, but we came to a standstill. And I really think this is not a reflection of the quality of the mod. I think it needs a little bit bigger tires to be able to go through something like this, and a little bit better of a lift, probably. That's alright, we'll winch it out, we'll take it through a different trail, see how it does in that overall. What we do dig pretty quick here. Alright, we'll put it in a high and trail just a little bit more. Use our backup trail that's up ahead on the right. It'll give us a chance to see how it does in the snow at the very least. Well, snow and mud. And it is funny to see how much faster that started to turn once we actually hit the mud or the snow. So we're in high gear here, hitting some pretty deep snow. We haven't had to pop it in a low yet. Of course, we don't have the diff lock on because you can't have that on in high. I'll pop it in a low and put the diff lock on and see what that changes here. This snow mud mix I find is a really nice test in general for mods, just because of the way that it kind of, I don't want to say it slows you down, but the way that you get that good ratio. I think this mod does look pretty cool though, I do have to say that. This BLAZER looks pretty badass. I like the custom skin too. Pop it in a low plus here. There we go, we got that little extra oomph that we needed. Keep it in a high, or at least try to. You can really see it digs pretty quick. These mud tires are diggers. But it is nice to have a different scout that we can use. And it's really cool to see some of the older trucks pop up here as scouts as well, like this 89 BLAZER. And as we near the little pond with all the ice, I'm gonna close this out and just say I 10 out of 10 recommend checking out this mod. I believe this is, if this isn't the first mod from ICEBERG, it's one of the first, and it is really well done. It's amazingly done. It just, in my opinion, for me personally, I think it could be a little more versatile with slightly bigger tires and a little bit extra lift. But everything else is just, it's really well done. The sound isn't overpowering, it's not underpowered, and it seems ready to scout, do what it's made to do. But yeah, that's where we're going to close it, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like and sub, and check out this mod. The link is in the description.